I was looking through my Funko collection and my toy collection as a whole, and I realized that I only have one Daredevil item, and it's this Daredevil and Bullseye Marvel exclusive box that came from like the Collections Corp. And I thought that was kind of weird because Daredevil is like my favorite Marvel hero, which I know seems crazy considering I got this whole like Captain America theme, and like I have an entire wall dedicated to the Spider-Verse. But like personality wise, Daredevil and we're locked in. Like, you know, when you used to take all those personality quizzes online and it's like, what's your favorite, like which Marvel hero are you most like? Or just in general, you take one of those like Enneagram or whatever test, and it tells you everyone who's under that personality. I always get Matt Murdock. I always get Daredevil. And I could totally see it because while I'm not Catholic, I do believe in Jesus Christ. You know what I mean? And his whole mission is like, you know, I'm beating up people and taking names for sure, but like I'm doing the Lord's work. He really feels like he's doing the right thing. And he is doing the right thing. He's attempting to do the right thing. And I just like, I relate to his character. Plus, I personally like characters that are superhero characters but don't really have like a lot of powers. Heightened senses versus like power like Superman are totally different things. And I have a more respect for that. But I felt like watching Daredevil go to confession and just knowing that he prayed and all that stuff, like parts of those things being written to that Netflix series definitely drew me in. And it actually kind of scares me to know how the Disney series is going to be, because the gentleman who plays Matt, I don't remember his name, but I can't, like, his name literally escapes me right in this moment. But he was like, this is Daredevil Reborn is not going to be anything like the Netflix series. And I'm like, why not? Like, the Netflix series was perfect. And I felt like season 3 in particular was just so, it was so important. I feel like if you are a believer in Jesus, you believe in God, and you watch Daredevil season 3 and you are like a real Christian for real, like you got it. You understood what it was like to be Matt, to be in that space where you think to yourself, like, I'm doing everything that God wants me to do. At least you think you do, because you don't really know, but you're like, you're doing everything and things aren't going your way and they just end in a bad way. And you're like, you know what? I don't feel like talking to God right now. Like, I'm mad. I don't believe in God anymore, and I'm not praying anymore. The thing is, it's not that you really don't believe in God anymore, because you can't be mad at somebody that you don't believe in, right? But it's like this hurt. And then he reaches that point where he's like, oh, okay. Like everything starts to come together, and it's not like you're not feeling like you're being punished or that God isn't there. Is now you're like, I'm realizing why I went through everything that I went through. You know what I mean? It's like, in order to get a diamond, you got to put all of these rocks through the fire. And that's what was happening. It was like, he realized, okay, I went through all this for a reason. God really was always there for me. And that was just so beautiful, because if you're a Christian, you felt that at times where it's like, I'm doing everything, I'm trying my best. And yeah, of course we make mistakes, but you're like, God, like, I need you right now. What's going on? And you feel like nobody's there. But I felt like that was such an important season, and for it to end in that way where he's like, okay, I understand what God was doing. I was like, oh, chef's kiss. It was perfect for me. I'm so afraid with what Disney is going to do with Daredevil. And for me, I feel like these are the positive things that make me a lot like Matt. If I were to say the negative things that I feel make me a lot like Matt, I would say the way that he handles friendships. I would say he does a horrible job. And I think I'm not the best. I don't think I'm a good friend either. I don't think I'm a really good friend. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not gonna say that I don't try, but I feel like, you know how Matt will just like do things and he'll be like, I don't have to tell Foggy about this. He will completely just distance himself and be like, I'm not gonna tell you why. I got my own things going on. I know my reasons. And even though it's not to like intentionally be cruel, but he's just like, no, I gotta do this thing. So I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do it. I'll talk to you when I talk to you. Might never talk to you again. It's unfortunate, but I definitely feel like that is exactly the way that I handle a lot of friendships. You know, when you go to a job interview and they ask you, hey, what is your greatest skill? And a lot of times people are like, oh, I'm organized and blah, 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 blah. For me, my answer is always communication, because I feel like I'm a phenomenal communicator. But if they asked me what was my greatest weakness, now I would also say communication. I honestly think I am a phenomenal communicator, in the sense that I've learned when it comes to communication, it's not just about what you're saying, but how you're saying it. And I feel like that's how I've been married for so long. And I've never like yelled at my husband, or I the middle child, for goodness sakes, of like so many siblings. And like, even when my siblings and I have gotten into arguments or disagreements, I've never had a problem being like, hey, you know what? I'm seeing things from your point of view. Let me apologize for my part in this situation, and talk to me whenever you're ready. If you're not, that's fine too. But like, I'm the type of person where it's like, if I peep that I've done wrong right away, I can admit it, I can apologize, and I can try to do better. I don't know if I extend that same level of care to my friendships though, and that's definitely an issue. I think part of me is, I definitely feel like I do love my friends, the friends that I've made, but I feel like I feel guarded when it comes to friendship sometimes. Because I had a really great friendship, and I had a best friend that I really cared a lot about. And I won't go too much into detail, because 100%, I don't feel like this is my story to tell 100%. But when your very best friend tries to throw an innocent person in jail for something he didn't do, and it was somebody that they cared about, and it was their best friend too, and you were best friends with the group, and they just kind of dismantled the group, like, I feel like I have the right to be traumatized by that. You know what I mean? Is it wrong for me to take that into future friendships, and even friendships that were already established before that friendship? 100%. You know what I mean? Everybody's different, and you should not treat everybody with that same thing. But the thing is, for me, I was like, yo, I've known this girl since I was 14 years old, dude. And that whole thing exploded when I was about like 25, 26, a couple months before I got married. And it's like, you know someone for 10 years, and like, so much, know them so much. So like, you would call out of work just to take care of their children. You would call out of work to take care of them after surgery. Like, you loved this person like a sister. And that just like, that was a big 180. Like, I didn't, to this day, I'm in my 30s now, y'all, and I still don't think that I have processed that in the way that it should be, or should have been processed, to be able to move forward. And I feel like it's just that fear of, fool me once, anybody else can do it. Because it's like, how do you know somebody from 10 years and then they're able to do that to someone, and then they're able to catch an attitude with you for not taking their side on trying to do that to someone? Like, I won't go any further into detail, but I feel like that for sure has put me on edge when it came to the way that I deal with my friendships. So now it comes to a point where it's like, if I'm seeing that somebody is I can disagree with people, and we can agree to disagree. But if I see anybody doing any sneaky stuff, I'm just like, all right, block, bye. And that happens so much so being in the toy community online, where you see little things happen and you're like, I can't. Like, people will get mad because certain people have more followers. People will get mad because they are not growing. People will get mad because some people are giving one person more praise for liking this fandom and being like, oh, you're the ultimate Batman fan. And somebody will be like, what do you mean by they're the ultimate Batman fan? I'm the ultimate Batman fan. We're all in our 30s and we're talking about toys, but y'all are arguing about this? And when I see people start to argue about that kind of stuff, or start saying rumors, oh, this person bought this, followers and likes, and I'm like, even though you're not talking about me and you're talking negatively about that person, and I've known you for a while, block. Like, because I'm like, it feels triggering. And no, not everybody is like that. There are a lot of really great people. And I'm not even gonna lie, I've made a lot of really, really nice friends since that situation 10 years ago. And I will say this, to some of them, I have definitely extended that I came in open and I'm still open. And I think that I've been able to maintain my openness. I think the pause comes from me when it comes to my friendships where they are like entering a new relationship and I see their personality is changing because of the guy or girl that they're with, or they've started a new venture. And again, like I said, even within the toy community, you see like just different things. People are meant to change. None of us are meant to stay the same. And I know that there are times that I have times and things that I've probably done that have caused people to be like, you know what I mean? Especially me like trying to grow more in my faith as well. I feel like that has definitely caused some tension in some of my friendships. Because, people aren't always going to see eye to eye about everything. And, I have a lot of friends who don't have the same beliefs and faiths as me, but we're able to, navigate a friendship. Whereas for other people, it's just not the same. And, fair is fair. But I feel like in terms of navigating my friendships and not the most healthiest manner, I feel like that is another thing that for certain makes me like Matt Murdock. This video, when I really think about it, had nothing to do with the toys. I do need to buy some more Daredevil stuff though, for sure. But yeah, this video had nothing to really do with the toys. I did, however, find it very therapeutic, and I hope you do too. If anything though, like I wonder, obviously I just said, my Marvel twin for sure is Maddie Matt. If you were to take that test, or just based off of yourself, what superhero do you think that you are most like? Feel free to tell me in the comment section.